month 6. So now that you have the inner part of your quilt top put together, you're ready to work on the pieced borders. So the piece border creates a really cool look for your quilt, but it is time consuming. So give yourself a few extra days for month 6 in creating your blocks. Month 6, we are going to be making the Irish chain birds in the air block. So it involves an Irish chain with birds in the air. So, and you'll be making 2 versions of this block. This block, you're going to be making the deep sea blue version, which is this one right here. And that uses the blue fabric. And then you'll also be making the frothy waves version. So this one, you'll be making 6. So we've got 10 and 6, 16 blocks total. So when you're getting ready to sew this one up, you're going to make a 4-patch unit here. That 4-patch is the same as you've already made. We've got the 4-patch that you made in month 1. So refer to that if you need any tips. We're also going to be making a corner square triangle. Now you've made this in a previous block as well. And we've got half square triangles also made in previous blocks. But we're going to go over the corner square triangle just because it's so tiny. So you're going to be cutting 16 1 7/8. That's a tricky measurement, just under 2 inches. And then you're going to be cutting once on the diagonal, so you get these itty bitty triangles. You're also going to be cutting 5 2 7/8 squares and cutting those once on the diagonal in that pretty blue fabric. You'll also be cutting 1.5 inch squares out of the brown. So once you have your units cut, you're going to align your 90-degree angle with your square, right sides together. You're going to sew your nice 1/4 inch seam and then press as the arrow indicates. Next, you're going to sew on the bottom triangle, align that 90 degrees with the bottom of that square, and do your 1/4 inch seam. Now the tendency when we're making something small, we think we need to make our seam allowance smaller. Really, accuracy counts when it comes to your smaller units. So be sure that your 1/4 inch is accurate, not on the skinny side or on the fat side, so that your pieces will fit together. So once you've got your 2 triangles put together, be sure to cut off these dog ears, and then you're going to sew on a blue triangle. You align it at the points, ease any differences, and you're going to just do a 1/4 inch seam, and that's how you make your corner square triangle. Now this unit should measure 2.5 inches when you're done. So when you're putting them together, you're going to lay them out like the diagram, and the diagram is on page 16, just like this one here. So you're going to lay it out like the diagram, and then you're going to sew your half squares together in rows. So you're going to sew a half square triangle to a cream 2.5 inch square to the 4-patch. You'll do the next one with the half square triangle to the corner square. Now when you're lining up, always remember to ask yourself, what's the point? You line up where the points are, and you're going to pin that, and if there's any differences, you'll just ease it by giving it a little stretch. You're going to sew this row together, that row together, and then the last row together. Now the instructions have pressing directions where you're going to press the seams in one direction, seams in another direction, and seams in an opposite direction so that your seams will nest. You're going to nest those, pin them, and then sew your rows together, and you're going to have a beautiful block. And you're going to make, again, 10 of them in this colorway and 6 of them in this colorway.
Now, Lisa, it's good to note that the pressing instructions for this one, it's opposite pressing instructions for this one.
Yeah, Laura, thank you for reminding me. I almost forgot, because when you're going to be putting these together in the border, they're going to be opposite. So you're going to be wanting your pressing directions to be opposite so that these seams will also nest and you won't have to struggle trying to line up those seams.
Oh, it's going to look great.
It's going to be very pretty. Okay, it's a lot of work, gals and guys. So just remember to give yourself some more time and plug.
Don't rush. You need that accuracy for these little ones.
It is going to be a beautiful border. Okay, we'll see you in the next video.